What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday evening. This week has flown by. Welcome back to Dirty Degens. I'm your host, Josh, and I've got a good show for you tonight because I get to talk about some of my favorite things in the entire space, and that's meme coins. I love meme coins, really do. And then also, I want to talk about Metacade a little bit. I want to talk about Big Red, and also, I'm going to let out the juice about Boy. Boy launched yesterday. Some people are unhappy. Where do I stand in all this? What's my opinion? Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off, though, even though I'm going to talk about nothing to do with Bitcoin, I may as well bring it up. Still hanging in there pretty solid. We drew this line a while ago, like 3 weeks ago. And yep, we're over the line, still hanging in there. Look, we're about to hit 94,000. And it's kind of surprising too, with all the trade news that is coming out. It's not positive the last couple of days, but the markets do not care anymore. So that's positive. I'm going to take that. Another project though that I've been bringing up to stream for about a month now is Metacade, and they're finally starting to move. They've had a little bit of a lull here this month, and they're finally starting to get some upwards movement. And that is largely because next week they have some big things coming. So they've got several things coming. One of those that are coming, it may not be next week, but very soon, Clubcade is finally going to kick off. So their big marketing push is finally going to kick in. That's going to be huge for them. And also, what's really the kicker, though, what matters more than anything, let's be honest here, is their app chain is going to go live. So their layer 3 with Base, that's going to go live next week, as far as I'm aware. And that's going to be absolutely huge for them. You have to remember that this is in partnership with Base. Base picked 6 projects that could have an app chain, and Metacade is one of them. And they're still sub $20 million. So I think that Metacade is going to have an explosive year, without a doubt. So really looking forward to that. Someone might be from Big Red here. Maybe I'll leak something. Maybe. Show Naeem how it's done. But what I really want to talk about, though, is meme coins, because we're finally starting to see meme coins turn a bit. Unfortunately, with my video schedule this week and my normal schedule this week, I've been unable to do a lot of streams, but I would have loved to be covering all these memes while this was all happening. But yeah, we've got memes that are up 37%, Dog with Hat up 46%, Trump up 61%. There's some reasons for that, but like memes are just flying off the shelf. I'm not a fan of Brett, but Brett's up 53%. So left and right, every single meme, basically. Turbo, 137%. And I've got something to say about that. Not about Turbo. A big reason why Turbo is going up so much is due to futures being launched on Coinbase and being available on Coinbase, right? And it was also like 90% plus down. But something that is not down, or something that has not started to come back yet, and that is a meme coin and is on Coinbase, would be Toshi. Toshi has not yet started to have a big violent move to the upside. It's currently still basically sitting where it was before it got listed on Coinbase. Or no, actually, it's still higher. But regardless, Toshi is going to explode again and melt faces, without a doubt. I know it. I can feel it, because Toshi is on Coinbase. And Toshi is the mascot of Brian Armstrong and all of that, right? So there's the lore there, the availability there. And Toshi, if you actually zoom out, we are zoomed out, goes all the way back to 2023. So over 2 years of history in this community and in this chart. And really, even though they've spent a lot of time down, this actually is not a bad chart. You've got flatline, pump, come back down into realization, flatline again, huge pump. Came back down, still higher than the last flatline area, so accumulation zone, not too bad. What's up, kid? Kid says, where's the super chat? Your boy's channel is still too small. It's not possible. But before we get into Trump, a lot of people have been talking about Melania. And I personally am not a fan of Melania. And a lot of other people are not a fan of Melania. But what is happening is we're currently seeing, just look at this chart. This chart's terrible. I've seen pump fund meme coins with better charts than that. But what we're seeing currently is team members trying to sneak sell tokens left and right. So it's being called a slow rug. Obviously, this was launched the day after the Trump meme coin. Very weird. No reason why this should have been launched. Honestly, not really a reason why the Trump meme coin should have been launched either. I think that could have stayed in the closet too. But what we do have going on for Trump, the reason why it's up so much, it was up like 80%, but now, new day and everything like that. Trump is holding a dinner for the top 220 holders of the token. So that's kind of a big deal, right? I mean, you get presidential access by holding a meme coin. Now, the thing is, those top 220 wallets, I guarantee you there's probably like 10 people that weren't pre-sale participants or, insiders and things like that. So he's not really having dinner with anybody he doesn't know, in my opinion. I don't think that's what's going to happen. What's up with all these ads, man? Jeez Louise. But yeah, so that's a good thing, I guess, right? A good value for the token holders overall. It's not a bad thing, that's for sure. So yeah, something that's creating a little buzz around Trump. But other than that, otherwise this week, we've had some other big memes kind of pop off. Not big memes, but they had their time in the sun for sure. Obviously, this week we had the Pope pass away. That might have been over the weekend. I'm not entirely sure. It was sometime this week, though. But Pope passed away, so obviously that triggered a slew of new meme coins. And thus, we had Pietro Parolin skyrocket to, I think it hit like 30, 40 million, maybe more. So yeah, a little bit of meme screwery going on there for sure. But other than that, Farcoin obviously has had a huge resurgence, up 36% this week too. It's just left and right. We're starting to see memes pop off, but not all of them have yet. So there are ones that we can catch. There are like blue chips that have been around a long time. Toshi, for example, that are due for a good rally back, right? Some form of recovery. I'm not saying it's going to go back to all-time high or anything like that, but I do expect this trend to continue on with memes for quite some time. I don't think that this is going to die right now unless we see a big market turn. The thing is we're starting to see stable coins pile up. They have been for about the last 3 weeks. And when memes move first, that's how this works, right? You get Bitcoin pump, then you get meme coins pump, and then everything else starts to pump. Meme coins die off, and then your altcoins top out, goes back into meme coins. Meme coins get a second pump, and that's just kind of how it works. That's how it always works. Money is cyclical in the crypto space, and that's the way it flows. But we've got Farcoin that's been going up a ton. That's why I'm really expecting something like Toshi to have a good run back up. We've got coins on different chains that I want to talk about that also are due for a good come up. And that brings me to Sui, right? Sui, in the past couple months, has like 4 or 5x'd how many stable coins or how much TVL of stable coins is within the chain. So that is a large, large amount of money on the sidelines that is waiting to get into Sui ecosystem, right? And that's a lot of money. 881 million is what it was as of that time. But aside from that, we also have Sui that has just been jumping the ranks of DEX volume, right? So for DEX volume, Sui is currently 5th out of all chains and is up 38% for the last week. And we can go and get a live view at their stable coins as well. We just go over here, stables, chains. Let's see what the update is, because that was a couple days old. So we're at 865. So it's gone down a little bit. Maybe people made some money, pulled it off, but either way, it's going up a ton. I mean, if we look at this flow, Sui is way up there on change. Yeah, up 7.82%. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. You look at a lot of these and they're under 1%. Solana's up almost 2%. Nobody uses Tron, so that doesn't even count. What's crazy is that Sui has more DEX volume than even Hyperliquid right now. If I go back and show you that, that's pretty crazy because Hyperliquid is actually completely built for trading. That's the whole point of it. Yet Sui, which is still an ecosystem that's just getting started, is out trading Hyperliquid. It's also above Avalanche, Arbitrum, right? These are all chains that are designed for trading, not Avalanche. But nobody really does anything on Avalanche. That's kind of the problem with Avalanche. But other than that, so the reason why I bring up Sui, though, is because I do think soon we will see a good resurgence of Sui meme coins. We've already seen it with Wall. Wall's not a meme coin, though. It is decentralized storage that's built on top of Sui. not a bad project by any stretch of the imagination, but it's been just it's been going crazy. And then Cetus has broke into the top 5 of all crypto chains for DEX volume, right? So it's a number 5 protocol for DEX volume. That's insane. That's huge. We're talking about a protocol that only operates with a single chain. All the other protocols that it's measured against are operating with 8+ different chains. And then there's Cetus that is only operating with Sui. And it's still a top 5 protocol. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm paying attention. Aside from that, though, we've also got things like Lofi still at 38 million, right? It's heavily down. And then my favorite, Axel, is down even more. It's down at 6.6 million now. Blub, that's a lot of people's favorites, down 10 million, but up 38% today. So we're starting to see the movements happen on Sui. And I think it's an important time to pay attention to these tokens on Sui because they're going to have an explosive move soon. You can see it in the charts, not so much the TA charts. I'm sure you can see that as well. But where you can really see it is in the metrics, the underlying metrics and fundamentals of the chain itself, right? It's breeding a fostering ecosystem. And that's what we need to have a new meme run, right? That's what creates it. Money's being made. People are there. People are transacting. There's attention. Meme coins are an attention economy. So they need people on the chain doing things in order to catch that fire. You look at something like Tron, or if you look at even Avalanche meme coins, right? There's not a lot of people on there that are transacting day to day, right? There's not a lot of volume, just not a lot of activity. And that's why it's hard to foster a big meme coin or a big meme coin push on those chains. But bringing me back to Avalanche, because I do love Avalanche. I just like, I've got some issues with it, but bringing me back to Avalanche, Big Red does have a big race tomorrow. So that's a big deal. And that's also with Nero. So it's a partner stable. But I see there's a lot of people in here that are asking for leaks. I see kids also in here trying to get me to leak stuff. We got Mark Johnson that wants me to leak stuff. I know that guy wants me to leak stuff. Everybody just wants me to leak, but I'm actually feeling pretty healthy today. So I'm not leaking out of anywhere. Feeling pretty good. I think we're all right. But no, there is tons and tons of stuff going on for Big Red right now. There's about to be a slew of huge announcements. I would love to share them. I'm telling you, I almost canceled stream because I'm sitting in the whale chat for Big Red and just reading all of this. And it's been going on for about a week now of just nonstop news or tidbits of things that they're working on. And I wish I could share so much of it with you guys. But when I get the green light, I certainly will do so. But as bad as Kid wants me to blow the top off of it, there's other people that he works with that are going to come down on me if I do. I'll probably get kicked from the whale chat, honestly. That's probably what would happen. But, hey, sometime in the future, maybe when I'm ready, I'll just go ahead and stream the whale chat and we'll have a good old time. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the race tomorrow. That is at holy crap, that's a really late race. It's at 9:05 p.m. Central Time. So that's a pretty late race, but I will be there and I will be watching it. I don't have anything to do on a Friday night. Also, I think I'm leaving for Dubai this weekend, so I'll just be around the house and getting ready for that. So yeah, I'll definitely be there watching that, getting involved with the community and everything like that. So definitely looking forward to that. But if you guys have any questions about Big Red, noobs in here, Naeem's listening, no leaks. Hey, I didn't leak anything. I leaked the idea of leaks. It's a leakception. But another project on Avalanche, I posted quite a few videos about it in the past month, and I'm probably going to post more. But I don't know if you guys got to catch the 3-part interview I did with CEO. There was the Boy the Bear launch yesterday, and a lot of people are upset about it. Speaking of which, I actually did not pull up the chart, so I'll pull that up. Weird. They put spaces in it on Dex Screener, but not anywhere else. Crazy. Yeah, look at that. See, like I said, there's a lot of people not happy about it. Yeah, you gotta really mess with it to get it to function right. So it's not the best chart, right? And then in this post, CEO kind of goes over it because people have complained. They've complained about the liquidity not being locked. It's actually really common, surprisingly, on Avalanche for projects not to lock their liquidity. You know, from the meme coin space I'm from, it's common everywhere, right? Everybody locks their liquidity. It's just how it's done. But apparently, a lot of projects on Avalanche actually do not. So, what they're trying to do now is they are going to do a partial lock, right? So, part of it will be locked on Trader Joe. And then I think that they're moving some liquidity to Pharaoh. And they might even be moving some to the Arena Dex, so they're moving liquidity around still, but they are going to do a partial lock. And then a lot of people were upset as well because they talked about how they had anti-sniper measures in place, and they didn't feel that was actually the case. But in this post, CEO breaks down how they did have the anti-sniping measures in place and what they were trying to do to counteract it. And a lot of people are upset that contract address was dropped on a tweet. Honestly, it works the same way if you post a deck screener link or anything like that, because the contract address is right there in it. So even if you do a bit.ly, bots take such a short amount of time to get all this information. I don't think that not posting the contract address on Twitter would have had the slightest bit of difference. I don't think it would have made a single difference. Honestly, I looked at the chain and it didn't look that bad. It didn't look like there were people that made extremely small buys for a huge purchase, right? People weren't throwing 500 AVAX in the first 5 seconds, 3 seconds, right? I saw a lot of like 20 AVAX buys and 50 AVAX buys and things like that, but nothing insane. So ultimately, the chart got absolutely destroyed, but it wasn't due to snipers. It was due to the fact that people got in early and they were able to buy the chart, as you would expect. And what did they do? They dumped it, right? As expected. That's what happens on every single launch. And then also you did have 5 Boy Club members that did sell their allocation. Unfortunately, I'm on a different computer, but I was actually going to show I have not touched my allocation. My allocation is 100% untouched. This list here, somebody put together. I am Dune, sir. Very nice guy for putting this together. But this shows all of the Boy 100 wallets, Boy 100 Club wallets. And yeah, only 90. Let's see. So if you go to the last page, 83 of them untouched or bought tokens, right? And then you've got these rest of the people, you've got some that sold off 15%, you got some that sold off 20% or more, one sold off half, right? And it kind of goes down. Then you've got the 4 that completely sold and the rest. But honestly, for a group of 100 people that did a pre-sale and got the highest buy-in, that is the absolute best turnout I have seen in all of my time in crypto and projects doing pre-sales. This never happens. It's normally 70, 80% of everybody just dumps everything right away. Now, we did get our tokens a couple minutes late. And even when I got my tokens, it was still worth like 20, 30K. So I did not touch them. I have not sold a single token. I am in the untouched zone. I can even find my wallet address if you guys don't believe me, because apparently a lot of people are going around saying they don't believe that allocations were untouched. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to bring this up. But going back to what CEO said, so we went over the liquidity lock and the anti-sniping measures, went over the Boy 100 Club's wallet holdings and the people that sold. Also, he's stating that the team has not sold any tokens. I haven't been able to find anything that would argue otherwise, so I'm thinking that's true. Again, more anti-sniping talking. Regarding CA posting, we already talked about that. And yeah, that's about it. That was the big thing that everybody was upset about during the launch. They felt that, well, and also there were some people that claimed that they didn't get their pre-sale allocation, but I think what that actually was is they thought it was an airdrop still. So they were like, I didn't get my tokens. But yeah, it wasn't an airdrop. It was a pre-sale. So you have to pay to play. That's how this works. But Boy Club does have a lot more going on and a lot more coming. I don't think they've really posted anything on the official account today. It's been kind of quiet. Yeah, so it's still been pretty quiet since launch. But CEO is still there in the Discord every single day, talking with people and working on figuring all this out. Next steps. There's a whole roadmap of plans, right? So there's a lot going on. Sorry, excuse me. If you watch the interview, there's a game coming out soon. All of these people that, if we go to the Boy 100 Club website or the Boy the Bear website, I think we can still look at it. I guess we can't. Well, all the points that everybody occurred from basically interacting with Boy the Bear and posting on Twitter and things like that are going to translate into actual tokens. Essentially, you can redeem them for tokens, and that's going to start when the game launches. So that's going to be one way that you can, it's a product that's coming out. Not only that, those of you that maybe didn't get an allocation or something like that, you can redeem those paw points so that you can get tokens. Great. Not only that, anybody that wanted to get into Boy the Bear, now it's basically at pre-sale price. We bought, pre-sale price was at 1 million market cap, and it's at 2.42. So it's up 140% from the pre-sale price. That's a pretty good entry. But aside from the game that's coming, there's also the shopping finance platform. And this is just some of the things that he told me. This is all public information. I cannot share things that I'm not allowed to share. So, it's like everybody in here asked me to leak Big Red stuff. I can't do that unless I'm told I can, right? Otherwise, I would gladly do it. I want to be the leak man. I want you guys to have to call the plumber on me all the time. That's what I aim to be. But yeah, so there's the shopping finance platform that's coming out. That's also going to generate revenue for Boy the Bear and allow them to build even more products. And then you've also got, obviously, the raffle generator that they've used for the pre-sale allocations, or well, for the last two that they gave out. And then there's also the gift generator and the meme generator. So they've already got other projects that are licensed to use these, and they're paying like $25,000 a month to use those and have it branded for them, right? So there's a lot of different ways that Boy the Bear is already a functioning company. So I, for one, am not actually the slightest bit concerned, worried, upset, or anything like that about how any of it went. I sat here as it launched live, watched everything. I was on the call with the Boy 100 Club. And yeah, I mean, it went about how every pre-sale I get in goes, right? That's typically how it goes. It's just the game of pre-sales. That's why when people were messaging me asking, should I buy on launch? I'm like, you should probably wait for a dip because it's a pre-sale, because that's what happens every single time there's a pre-sale. It flies up, crashes down, levels out, and we're off to the races yet again. So that's what I'm expecting to happen with Boy. I will be fully transparent on anything that goes on with Boy and give you my true and honest thoughts. But currently, I do not have anything I'm concerned about. I still think it's a good project. I think that it's a much better opportunity here than it would have been if you were trying to buy in at launch. So there's that too. But other than that, if you guys have any questions for me, anything you want to talk about, I'm down to hang out for a while. I know it's been a couple days since I've streamed, but yeah, let's get into it. Oh, also, I want to point out, Big Red is actually also using, they got added to, or they got access to the meme generator from Boy the Bear. I'm trying to see here. I know that they've been using it a ton. I'm trying to see if any of them are on the front page here. This one might be. This one definitely is. This is from that meme generator. This is from that meme generator. So they're already using it. Meme generator for sure. This one definitely is. This one Chester made. He actually sent me this on Discord before this was posted on Big Red's Twitter. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good looking product. But what's crazy about this is Big Red is actually not having to pay to have access to it. So that's pretty cool, right? And honestly, like, obviously we know that, like, having this and everything is not, oh my God, we're going to moon. What it is, though, is it's a marketing tool for the community, because your community is an extension of your marketing efforts, right? If you don't have a community, trying to market is going to be way harder. You have to have supporters, people behind you, people that believe in the project, right? And they're putting their voices out there and making it known that they do, rallying behind you, right? That's what Big Red has. But it's just another tool for the team to use, for the community to use, to get more eyeballs, right? Having access to a meme generator does not mean we're going to $1 billion. It just doesn't mean that. It means that marketing efforts are going to get much better overall. But I do think that we're going to continue to see some more upwards action with Bitcoin, especially considering the news that we've had recently here. Just yesterday, China came out and said there are no trade talks going on with the U.S. They are not trying to resolve anything. And then today it came out that China said they are unwilling to have U.S. Trade talks with the U.S. until unilateral trade tariffs are removed 100%. And we'll see how long it takes Trump to bend over to that. He already kind of bent over to the bond market, so we'll see what he does here. But the good news is that this is not having an impact on the crypto market. It is still having an impact on the traditional market, but not crypto. So if this trend continues on, we're in a great spot right now for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the lead horse, right? The market follows Bitcoin. So as long as Bitcoin stays strong, we'll be looking good. We'll be looking real good. Nope, removed. Let's see. Mozzie says, that meme generator will save projects thousands of dollars. Artists are so expensive in the space and will eliminate all of that. Plus, Boy have the GIF generator coming too. Yes. And also the GIF generator for Boy is already live. I think it might not be live for like all people, but for the Boy 100 Club, it is live. So yeah, it's already there. And then definitely, I agree with you. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not that the meme generator will make it $1 billion project or the projects that use it $1 billion or anything like that, but it's a marketing tool for the projects and for the communities that are involved with it. I'm a big supporter of it. It looks fantastic. It works great. And hey, if they're able to basically train the models so that other projects can use it correctly, like they're showing already Big Red can, I think that's a big deal. The space definitely needs lots more of those tools, right? Less roadblocks for sure. Let's see, kids in here. The meme and GIF generator are exactly the kind of tools Web3 needs. This takes the Big Red brand to the next level, and Boy utility is needed in the industry. I fully agree. And that's what I just said. But no, I love that you guys got access to it. The memes look fantastic. And yeah, I think it's a good partnership between Big Red and Boy for sure. I think that there's a lot of good to come from that, right? There's a lot of incredibly smart people in the Boy 100 Club, much smarter than I. So if you think I'm even a little bit smart, the Boy 100 Club's looking pretty good, and they're teamed up with Big Red. So I'm going to get behind that for sure. Check and chat here. Noob, Boy launch was transparent. I think it'll turn around. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, that interview that I did with CEO, it could have gone another hour and a half. He would have answered anything I asked him. The problem is I was already longer than I wanted it to be. And that's why it ended up multiple parts. But CEO is incredibly transparent. For the month and a half, 2 months that I've been talking to him, incredibly transparent. And I think he's been doing the best he can. So I still support the project. I'm still in the Boy 100 Club. I have not sold any of my tokens. And I'm excited for the future of Boy and Big Red. Naeem's listening, no leaks. Oh boy. Oh boy. I wonder. I should check the Telegram. There's still a bunch of messages in there. I can't read them right now, though. Nobody wants to watch me read. See what other memes we're going to have that are going to pop off soon. I mean, kid, you're in here. Don't you have the leaks? I can't leak. I don't even know the leaks. I just know I got a good idea. All right. Let's see what we got in here. I want to see the ones that are still down. I don't want Arb Dodge, Fartboy, Y, Banana for Scale, Base NG. We're looking at the 7-day. Let's look at the 90-day. Ugh. Why are these even shown? Oh, it's because it doesn't. That's right. If you go into the meme category on CMC, it doesn't sort it properly. It sorts all the memes instead of the first page. Mozzie asks, have you seen the DeLorean, the car, the brand from the Back to Future movie is releasing a token on Sweet? Yes, I have. I actually know the DeLorean team. Yeah, and I'm trying. I also review cars, so I'm trying to get my hands on a DeLorean. But yeah, they're launching on SWI. That's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, I think it's interesting all the way around. I don't really think a car brand needs a token, to be honest. But hey, let's see what happens, I guess. It's kind of like if Radio Shack launched a token. But yeah, cool. And DeLorean has tons of connections too. So I'm sure that'll do well. I think that should be launching like, I think I heard that should be launching in May. So not too far out. And SWI is, I mean, hey, that could be one of the reasons why we're seeing all this money flow into SWI is people preparing for the launch. That's the only downfall. I love SWI, but not a lot of people understand SWI, which it's very simple. But like a lot of people are one wallet type person too. So they'll only use MetaMask or they'll only use Rabby or they only use Phantom. Well, if they only use Phantom, they're in luck because Phantom added SWI, but not MetaMask, not Rabby, you know, all these other wallets. So sometimes dragging people over to another chain is where all the hardships are. That's why Ethereum used to be the only place you would launch a token until Solana came around, right? And it was the same way for BNB back in the day. For a while, you only launched on BNB. Let's see. I got a leak that I can say publicly. Big Red has acquired an amazing addition to the team today that provides Big Red foundational support. So you got to read between the lines a little bit there. You got to work for your leaks, right? I'm not just going to hand them to you. You got to work for it a little bit. What do you guys think that means? Drop it in the comments so that we can all try to decide together what that could mean. I do know what it means. I've got a good idea. I'm like 85% there, but I want to see where your guys' head is at. Chubbin's in here. Kid's the GOAT. Mozzie's chubbing. Careful. Don't poke him. And I'm drinking Miller High Life. I don't know what's going on with viewers right now either. 6,000. It can't be real. Ma, I'm famous. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate it. It's been a couple days since I've streamed, but I will be streaming tomorrow, and I will be streaming on Saturday as well. However, Sunday, I do not think I will be streaming because I should be in the air. I'm going to Dubai. And when I'm in Dubai, I will still be I'm going to try to do daily videos. But I don't know. Would you guys be interested in videos like about token, the things I'm seeing from projects that are building something? I'm going to SWI Basecamp as well, so I can talk about that too. Otherwise, I'll just do normal videos. But I think it would be fun to talk about what these projects are doing at Token and at SWI Basecamp. I think that'd be a lot of fun. You know what, guys? It's my channel, so I'm going to do that. Let's see. Simon says CEO from Boy joining Big Red and then both moved to SWI. I do not think that Boy is going to move to SWI. Big Red. Could they move to SWI? That would be something to see. I love SWI, so I'm all for it if they decide to. That'd be crazy. I'm all about it. Let's hope that well, I'm not going to say let's hope that they do, but I wouldn't be opposed at all if they do. I've been a big SWI fan for like a year and a half now. So yeah, I love using SWI. Such a great experience. Definitely not like ETH, that's for sure. It's like you pay like a fraction of a penny to do anything, and it happens before the window even loads. It's amazing. Mozzie says, "Hell yeah, let's hear about these." Yeah, okay, fine. I'll do a video a day that's from either Token or from SWI blockchain or SWI Basecamp. They've got a bunch of speakers going on at Sweet Base Camp. If I can type, I've got 3 keyboards in front of me, so it's a little tough. They got tons of speakers going on, all sorts of stuff. I went to the one last year in Paris. That one was really good too. It was actually a fantastic conference for a single project or chain conference. Very good. Got Raul Paul, a bunch of other people that I don't know, but I know Alex, Nansen. I love Nansen. It's a great platform. OKX. Nobody cares about OKX. Come on. 21 shares. They're trying to launch a Sui ETF. Maybe we'll see that get approved this year. The SEC is going through like 75 different ETF applications. Maybe we'll see some of these finally start to hit. Oh, Stacks is going to talk at the Sui Base Camp. I wonder, is Stacks trying to bring Bitcoin DeFi to Sui? May that be an announcement that we'll see soon? Because there are several different projects and chains right now that are working on that. Let's see. 3 keyboards. You need mouse without borders. It's free. I'll check it out. What I really need is I just really need another new KVM. I'm running 3 computers. So I just need a new KVM. My KVM died on me. And I want a level 1 KVM. It's like they're like $800. And right now I don't make anything streaming. So I'll get it when I get it. Until then, I got 2 mice, 2 keyboards, and my laptop, which is another mouse and keyboard. So it's working. We get things done. That's all that matters. Movie Pass. I don't know why they need to be there. Walrus Foundation. They got big sponsors too. So Cetus will be there and have a booth. Phantom, Walrus, Lofi. I wonder, is Axel going to be there? I know the guys at Axel. No Axel. It's crazy. This time last year, when I went to Sui Base Camp, Turbos was basically the biggest sponsor and the biggest DEX on Sui at the time. And now it's Cetus. They've completely taken the storm. Turbos actually launched the first meme coin to ever launch on Sui. So they've got Pug. Like if we go in here, it's like their mascot. Oh my goodness. Oh, they changed it. There's no more FUD the Pug on here. But it's definitely on here. Let's see. It's in here somewhere. It's gotten so small. It was the biggest one, and it's just fallen into the nether regions. Yeah, FUD the Pug here. 4 million. Not doing great. But hey, this is a meme token backed by one of the biggest protocols on Sui. Not backed by, it's launched by. So, and it's obviously not doing great. Maybe it could be due for a bounce. That's pretty bad. It's been in free fall since November, basically, or October. Jeez. I know it had 1 relief bounce. So basically since November. Okay. It had 1 relief bounce and then it's just been downhill. But yeah, FUD, the first meme token on Sui. There's another one I know of too. I've got their hat. It's like got this unicorn on it. I wonder, I don't even know if they're, oh yeah, they're right here. 1.4. The guy was really cool. I wasn't a fan of the token though. Like, I just don't like the token. It got 12 mil. Still growing a bit. Oh man, summer's happening. My office is getting hot. Yeah. Basically, this project kind of is going nowhere. I mean, they're still doing the dang thing though, so I give them credit for that at least. I'll at least give them credit for that. But other than that, guys, it looks like chat's calmed down a little bit, and I should probably make some dinner. But if there's anything you guys want me to talk about tomorrow, throw it in the comment section so I can make sure to check it out. I've got some other projects that I've been asked to look into, like RP wants me to look into the arena, and I've started looking into it, but the arena actually has a ton of history. So it's taking me a little while to get through it all and really make my decision. It's also a project that's backed by the foundation and very heavily financed by the foundation. So that gives me some concerns. At some point, they could don't want anything to do with that, right? But we'll get to that. But if there's any other projects you want me to look into, drop it in the comments below. I've been looking into and vetting projects for years now for George, and have found some crazy gems in that time as well, such as Ticker Bitcoin, Injective, Sui, and many others. So always down to look into new projects. They don't have to be meme coins, but hey, I love meme coins the most, for sure. But Cass with Sass says, is it the same foundation from the Big Red League? Was that something based off? I don't know. I said too much stuff. You can tell me in a minute. Luckily, you're about to see me. But other than that, guys, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow with another show. I don't know if it's going to be in the morning or the evening, but it's definitely going to happen. It's been rough to stream in the morning at 7:30 a.m., getting up at like 5 to do that. Yeah, so I'll be careful there. But have a great night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next stream.